Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome to Me Tarot. I'm Miranda, and I'd like to recognize our recent holiday by doing readings about gaining independence, how to gain independence in your life. Now, this can be regarding career, finances, relationships, or anything else that will, with the intention of helping you reach your higher self. Um, this reading is timeless and is expected to find you when it's relevant to you. So, with that, let us begin. I will use several decks. Therefore, I'll put a timestamp in the comment section so you know when the shuffling ends if you'd like to skip ahead. I will say, though, that I often receive messages while I'm shuffling, so you may miss something if you do that, but it is completely your choice. We have King of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, the Lovers, Seven of Wands. Okay. So, King of Wands, that is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, somebody passionate, strong, possibly controlling, but it is in the upright. But this is a person that knows how to get things done. And Eight of Pentacles is working hard. That is working very hard. There's a decision to be made, I see with the Lovers. The Lovers to me means some kind of a choice. And Seven of Wands is you standing your ground. Possibly work related. Oh, I'm not going to read them all out. I'll read them out when I go through the spread. It goes a little faster if I don't read them out as I lay them. Wow. Looking at the colors of the cards. A lot of blue. You got some things to say, Sagittarius. You got something that you need to get off your chest. That's throat chakra to me all day long. This is too many cards. I'll put them back in. We'll see what else. Oh, those flipped right out. I mean, like somewhat aggressively. Frustration and growth. Yeah, growth can be frustrating. Death on the bottom. Something's ending. Something's coming to an end so you can grow. And I'm going to say that you've been frustrated and you want this change. Whether or not it appears that way when it happens, it might not be something that you believe that you have initiated, but it will relieve that frustration. Okay. Bittersweet. Yep. It's going to relieve the frustration, but because you weren't totally in control of it, it may leave a nasty taste in your mouth. Mysticism. So some things that's not entirely clear. It's not going to be crystal clear right off the bat. I've got a candle that looks like it's getting out of control. I'm going to keep my eye on it, but might have to extinguish that one. Um, Despondence. Wow. And finally, I am using the White Light Oracle. This deck I don't use for readings often. I don't have the cards memorized. I feel pretty comfortable interpreting the imagery. That being said, I may pull out the book because the explanations are incredibly insightful, and I don't want to cheat any of you out of the meaning. So if I feel on the fence or I feel like there's more, I will pull out the book for it. Archon Barbello. I also cannot properly pronounce all of the card names, so I will use the card numbers as well. This is number 10. Huh. And I'm going to pull the book out for this one because that's a very interesting expression. It's, it's almost a contradictory, and I'm getting more than one feeling from it. So I'm going to use the book to make sure that I'm accurate on that. So this is our pre-shuffle card, and I'd like to know what to expect here. We have your biology and gender are creative and powerful means for you to express your soul path. Sometimes you may feel limited by gender constraints or stereotypes, but your spirit can never be restricted or controlled. That Embrace the journey of what it feels like to be you in your own body. I think that's what the conflict is. I think I'm seeing the conflict between you and the physical you. Because the you that's really you is not always consistent with the physical you. They are sometimes in conflict, or you feel limited by your body. It doesn't show who you really are. Okay, I understand that now. So it's almost a feeling of wishing to transcend that physical and to be a big beautiful spirit. Oh wow, so much power. Okay, Sagittarius, we have in your distant past energy, Ten of Swords, so some kind of a betrayal, frankly, some kind of a betrayal. Stabbed in the back. You have flow, prayer, sacred scar. Yeah, you were betrayed in some way, shape, or form, but you have moved past it by going inside, internalizing, not internalizing the feeling, but going inside for support. That's, you know what? That's very telling. You didn't get support outside. You either didn't seek it or you didn't find support outside. You had to go within for that support, and you do have a sacred scar because of that. That has left a mark on you. In your recent past, we have the moon, so uncertainty, things hidden, anxiety, enlightenment, ivory, wish fulfilling crow. Wow. So just because something is unknown doesn't make it scary. That's what I'm reading here. Looks like you've got a lot of good that has come out of something uncertain. Oh, are you a risk taker? You might quite possibly were willing to take a risk on something, and though it gave you anxiety, it turned out for the best for you. So what are you gaining independence from here, Sagittarius? Well, your current energy, Two of Swords, you have a decision to make and you don't know what to do. You haven't made the decision. Energy, impasse, once again, kind of stuck, not making a decision. Pearl of Sharo, number 35. That is some power. When I saw that card, I thought power. There is power there. Power and energy here. I'll clarify. What is this decision? Two of Swords. I'd love to know what that is. What is the Two of Swords? What does that mean for Sagittarius? Clarify the. Okay. Justice. Queen of Pentacles and Justice. Libra energy. Five of Swords. There is conflict of some kind. Mental conflict, mental anguish regarding Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, Aries, not Aries, is Earth energy, Earth sign energy. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and Justice on one side. There's justice there. Mental conflict on the other. A false victory. Oh, okay. So it looks like there is justice for someone, but if you thought you received justice in an area, it is possibly a false victory. There is more to come. There is more to come there. It's not over. That story isn't over. Let's see what the future energy is, because that's your current energy. Again, I feel a lot of power, but I also feel a bit of stagnation. It's like the power is being held back. It's being held back. There's a pause button hit. You're not going full force at something. Your future energy, Page of Swords. So that to me is looking into something, researching, possibly spying, surrender, perception, and number 28. Are you surrendering to the perception? Surrendering to other people's perception? Are you just letting things be? Let people believe whatever they want to believe? What is it you gaining independence from here? Hmm. For your distant future, I'm not gonna kind of force read these messages. I'm gonna get through it all and see if it all kind of gels together for me here at the end. We have Page of Wands, so possibly initiating something, a new start, some kind of a message. Sadness, self-worth, and number 29. I'm going to read number 29. That one is an interesting image. Couple of people in it, which makes it odd for this deck anyway. We have let your true self be seen. Search for the deeper spiritual purpose and opportunity for healing beneath conflict and suffering. If you have been in pain, this oracle brings a message of a joyful breakthrough. So you get some kind of a breakthrough. It looks like you are being challenged in some way. It's You're being challenged in some way, and there's almost a tail between the legs energy here in the near future. You're going to let perceptions lie. You're not fighting against it. Um, huh. Okay. For those of you who may be familiar with the ego death, it seems like you are going through some sort of an ego death where you have to, if you are a person, Sagittarius, if you are a person that um, cares a great deal about other people's perception of you, if you have fed your ego to the point where it makes decisions for you, I'll say that. I think an ego it's necessary. It's absolutely necessary. It's protective. But when you let it make decisions, that tends to be that you've gone too far. I think that you have possibly lived or have been currently living in an ego-based existence, and you are being challenged. Something about that is being stripped away. The wonderful thing, though, is that the end of it, you know what happens? You gain your self-worth. Because when somebody's egoic, they are not confident. That is not true confidence. That is false. That's the false victory. That is the false victory there. The false victory there is that you're kind of standing in this false confidence, but here you are on your way to gaining real confidence. Real confidence. Oh my goodness. One of the ways I will say that I have found confidence is through going through stuff that's real hard. There is something about surviving a challenge that you believed could have killed you. And I don't mean that literally, but that the pain or the betrayal or the isolation was so crushing that you can't believe you came through it. When you get through that, you know yourself better. And you also feel unbreakable. Now, the things people do to you, that doesn't phase you. It doesn't scare you. I've been through worse. That's what you tell yourself. And you are going through a time where you get to say at the end, I know exactly who I am. I've made it through something that I would not have believed I would have made it through. And you make it through well. There is sadness associated with it because there appear to be some changes happening. But I'm going to say the changes aren't negative. The changes aren't negative. It's just change. It's something different than what you've been doing. But you find yourself at the end. I'm going to look at your bottom of the deck to see what the underlying energies are. Eight of Swords, so definitely some stress, anxiety of some kind. Protection, and it's purple. You have some kind of protection, some divine protection. Despondent, boy, those people going to have you in a bit of a state. And maybe even a bit of heartbreak, I'm going to say. But remember, you have sacred scar. You've been through something like that before and you've survived it. You are going to possibly heal that. When we reopen those scars, we finally get rid of all the residue. The residue that we didn't deal with in the past. Sometimes you go through things and you're just trying to get through it. You're just trying to get through it and move on and get on to the next thing. But that residue, that it lingers and it affects your life in the future. I think this is a time for you to clean house, Sagittarius. So you are getting independence from your ego. Wow. That's huge. That's a big deal. I'm going to acknowledge that that's a big deal. And not a smooth ride, but the end result is absolutely worth every bit of it. That I truly believe. I'm pulling now from the Moonology Manifestation deck to offer you some guidance as you navigate this ego death here. What? Okay, well that one flew across and it fell on the floor upright, so I'm taking it. Wow. We have worked through your feelings. So confront your feelings. Don't brush them aside. Don't sweep them under the rug. Deal with them. Resolve your feelings. Bottom of the deck is be real. Be yourself. Be real. Do not wear any false masks. Remove your shield of protection and be yourself. Be fully and truly and wholly yourself. Wow. Well, Sagittarius, I hope that you found these messages helpful. If they resonated, please like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and until next time, bye.